Welcome back, true believers and spectacular Spidey fans, to another really exciting episode of Spider-Man PS4 101. So in the last episode, I went fully in depth as to how you can swing stylishly throughout New York City in Marvel's Spider-Man, and this time I'm going over some very advanced combo techniques and combat styles that you can use when fighting in the game. Now, of course, we all know the basics on how to fight in the game by using triangle and circle simultaneously to pull off a sweet finishing move, or even pressing L3 and R3 at the same time to activate your suit power. But here, I'll mainly show off some footage that I gathered of me using different fighting styles and different gadgets to take out enemies in a quicker and more sufficient way. This can either range from the easier enemies in the game like the prisoners or the inner demons to the more tougher ones like all of the Sable agents. And hopefully after watching this video you'll know what type of gadgets you can use in different scenarios when fighting specific enemies. But starting off with the three most frequent combos that I use in the game is slamming enemies down when they're webbed up by pressing and holding triangle while either on the ground or in the air, the second one by bouncing off walls to hit enemies in a very stylish and fast-paced way, and the third one is by kicking enemies off of buildings or slamming them into walls by pressing X on them while you're in the air during an air combo. Not only will all these combos deal an efficient amount of damage to all these enemies and even take them out instantly, but you'll also be able to gain some breathing room after taking out each one. Using gadgets in combat isn't necessarily required when fighting a bunch of enemies, but they will give you an edge when you are surrounded by them. However, if you do use the moves that I just described, you'll be able to take out the enemies without needing to use gadgets in a very efficient way. And if you're able to mix and match the air combos with your webs and the different button presses of dodging, heavy attacks, and mid-air attacks, you'll definitely be able to get the drop on all your foes. And the same thing can be said with all the gadgets that are in the game as well. So throughout the footage, you're going to see me use a variety of gadgets in lots of different ways. Specifically, my favorite one is using the trip mine as an aerial attack when an enemy is in the air after an uppercut and slamming them directly down back to the ground. Not only does this look awesome when pulling it off, but you'll also be able to take the enemy down instantly with just the press of a button. And if you're able to pull off some mighty finishers, you'll also be able to gain another trip mine within your gadget slot. This can also be said by using the web bomb and the spider drones to your advantage when surrounded by a lot of enemies. Usually you would use the suit power in order for you to gain more of an area of effect attack to take out all your enemies in a quicker way, but using the web bomb and the spider drone works just as well. Not only would all of your enemies be wrapped up in webs, but you would also have an army of spider drones taking out each enemy quicker than you could. And it just goes to show when you mix and match your gadgets together during combat, you can pull off some very satisfying moves. However, my favorite pairing of gadgets has to go to the suspension matrix and the concussive blast to deal several amounts of damage to tons of enemies. Not only will all of your foes be helplessly dangling in midair due to the suspension matrix, but you can also blast them away with the concussive blast right afterwards. And mixing and matching those two gadgets together with some air finishers definitely gets the job done. And as for some other useful tips and tricks when it comes to gadgets is using the electricity web any chance you get, because that is easily the most OP gadget in the game, followed up by the long dodge to get out of enemies' ways. Not only is the long dodge a great maneuver to get out of enemies' ways in a more faster way, but the electricity web will actually electrocute anybody that it touches after electrocuting the main enemy that you target it at. Plus, you're also able to web throw an electrocuted enemy any chance you get, either on the ground or in the air. And when you're able to mix and match all the gadgets and combos in the game, you're going to be pulling off some seriously superior fighting moves when fighting enemies. But anyways guys, those are all the tips and tricks that I have for Spider-Man PS4, and let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think of the tips and tricks and footage that I'm showing off to you today, and what tips and tricks do you know that I may have missed? Overall, the combat in Spider-Man PS4 is something that's truly special, and for me personally, it never gets old, and I also discover something new about it every time I engage in a fight. But anyways guys, thank you all so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of this footage of me taking out a bunch of bad guys. But until next time, everybody, stay spectacular, Spidey fans. Peace out.
Bad news, more Sable guys. Good news, there is no good news. Welcome to the air show. Engaging target.
Spider-Man, that Sable unit's gone rogue before. Sable International's got their hands too full to do anything about it, but they don't care if we do.
I was gonna take him down anyway, but this makes it more fun. Thanks. Great! 4 of them! Look, I may consider surrendering if you let me flare the siren on the way to lockup! won't stop! Tell Silver Sable I said I'm not interested! And this is really getting stalkerish!
Take cover! Grenade! Show him who he's messing Can't hit him in the air. That's coming in. Get it off!
More guys? Oh, sorry, but we're all out of the complimentary donut! Guys, slow down! The Black Friday special's not till Thanksgiving!
Spider-Man, that site's taken delivery of enough concrete to build 2 skyscrapers.
Wait, don't tell me. They're hiding drugs in the concrete mix.
That's my theory. We'll need probable cause to get on site to confirm it.
You'll have to.
Hey, what the?
And more. No shoving. I'll give you all personal attention. I came here to web bad guys and quip, and I'm all out of quips. Incoming! A thing of beauty. Sweet dreams.
That was no
Nighty night.
Hello? You'll pay for that!
Just a bunch of... Spider! Got in, but he ain't leaving.
Let me show you what I got.
Reinforcements. Okay, sure. I don't need sleep. More inmates. I'm starting to feel weird being the only one not wearing orange.
You ain't breathing.
Spider-Man, I've spoken to people on the block who say the escapees tried to break into their buildings.
Fits with what I heard. They want to take one over.
They'll be a lot easier to deal with on the street, without hostages.
I'm working on it. Talk to you soon. Sorry, no entry during the performance.
Come on, get up! How you doing? Grenade out!
Okay, you guys are really late. I'm afraid there'll be a no-show fee.